Welcome to the Single Father Podcast. I am your host, Kendall Doniker. This podcast is dedicated for anyone out there who's dealing with mental health and fatherhood. You'll hear about my struggles, my defeats, my victories, my highs, my lows, my triumphs, my tribulations, and everything in between. I like to call this a collection of journal entries into my struggle and adapting to single fatherhood. Without further ado, let's take a look inside my journal, the Single Father Podcast. You're listening to The Single Father with Kendall Doniker. My guest, her name is Marissa. She is honestly wonderful. She's been a good friend of mine for a while now, and she's always just been just a true sweetheart. We talk about her father inspiring her, and this coffee shop that she has opening up, and this isn't really it's not what we mainly do on the show, but occasionally I find people interesting and I'll interview them. We call it off the script. Occasionally we'll take a step back and just interview people that we think are amazing, and maybe it doesn't have anything to do with mental health specifically, but I just like to shout out different people within the community that are doing amazing things. And Marissa is someone that I recognize who is a really inspiration entrepreneur, and her and her boyfriend are doing amazing things for her community. Just starting from nothing to something is, really inspirational. And she's the most kind person you could possibly ever imagine. And, I just wanted to share a little bit about her story. We don't dive too deep into, the mental health aspect of it, but I think you get to really see what type of person she is. So here you go. Podcast before this, but we had bad reception. So we're starting over. Got it. I just wanted to kind of reiterate, I'm really kind of amazed by your success. You're a business owner. You own this really awesome coffee shop that I'm really interested in. And also, we have these really cool mugs that I want to buy as well. So I want to talk all about that. I just want to get a little bit of background from you. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I was born in Reno, Nevada, raised here, and I went to the University of Nevada, Reno. I studied communications, and I loved it. It was great, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my life. And my dad, he kind of said something strange about how Tesla, which is this big plant it's one of the biggest buildings in the world, if it ever gets completed, which they're on track to, that there was no coffee out there. And he saw all these construction workers, and they were out there with no coffee, no food, nothing. So he was like, man, I wish I could just quit my job and start a coffee shop. He's like, that'd be so awesome. So my fiance and I got online on Craigslist, and we bought this tiny little, like maybe 14-foot long trailer, and we outfitted it into a coffee shop. We took it out there, and we're pretty successful. It was really one of the most challenging things I've ever done. Travis was still working his job, so it was basically me out there on my own, kind of falling flat on my face, which was great. It was a great learning experience. And then we were approached by Tesla to get the inside coffee shop. So that's where we are now, and we have 2 inside the building. So
that's awesome. What are some of those challenges that you were facing kind of starting up the business? Because I have to say, I always have these really bright ideas. I try to get this app, started, and, I still have ambitions to get it going, but, I tried and I failed, and I tried and I failed. And the only thing stopping me now is I think I've learned from my failures, and I have a good idea of what I want to do next. But it's that dollar bills, it's really expensive to kind of start your own business and things like that. So, how did you do that? How did you overcome those challenges and things like that?
Well, this sounds strange. I'm not very religious, but I guess you could say I'm spiritual, but I was at this women's group the other week. My friend was teaching a yoga class. She was talking about the principles of yoga, and how one of them is, I can't remember the name, but basically some something drives you, like something drives every one of us. And not always do you have to know what gave you that drive. And I think that that's what happened to me, where I had this idea and we kind of just cultivated it and we put every last piece of energy we could every single day for 6 months until we got that inside contract. And it wasn't glamorous. And it's about, for me, it's been about changing my entire life, the way I eat, the way I sleep, the people I hang out with, who I spend my time with.
Mm.
Things like that are huge. So you have to have, you have to be, I think, yes, you need money to do it, but you have to be willing to give up a lot of freedoms for a little while.
Absolutely. Very well said. I think I heard something along the terms of the people you hang out with as like good food and bad food. The worse people you hang out with, the worse it is for you, and the better people you hang out with, and the better it is for you. And I'm sure that's definitely a motivator as well. So walk me through the first week you opened up the coffee shop. What was that like?
It's like 4 a.m. and it was by 9 a.m. It was extremely hot. I hired my sister and we got in a ginormous screaming match. And we, it was, the power went out. So nothing, I don't know. I poured a cup of coffee for someone that was really important and it burned the plastic, through the cup. And so there's coffee everywhere. And it was definitely a kick to the back, but it was almost, I like that kind of challenge. And I found that that really motivated me to solve anything that came my way after that. And really being independent and speaking with people and working with people is huge.
So did you notice that you have a lot of support within the community, or did you have to go out and do a lot of branding and marketing? How'd that start for you?
We haven't done much because we work under a non-disclosure out at Tesla. So we're like this little hidden gem kind of thing. So we only serve the people that are on site. And then those mugs that you're talking about, that branding came from kind of like what we envision. We're called handcraft coffee. Everything is about serving people. We're their reset in the day. That branding, that was like to get people to join us, to be a part of us, because out there, it's not like a cult, but it's very tight knit.
Right.
And so people want to be a part of the mug club. They want to have a mug. They want to show that they support the coffee shop. So it's been a really humbling experience every time we sell a mug. So
Absolutely. And in regard to that, you said you're trying to get people on board with you. What's like the message behind your coffee shop? Is there a certain I guess trademark that you guys kind of take on with yourselves?
Yeah. So when we got the contract, there was another person who wanted to have essentially a coffee shop where you wouldn't speak to the barista. You would type in, I want a cappuccino with caramel, and then the barista would make it, and you wouldn't really have that personal reaction or interaction, with them. And then we went out there and we're like, these people are working 12-hour days. It's 20 minutes from town. You can't go grab lunch with your wife or your dad or your sister or whoever. So let's give these people a reset in their day. Let's give them somewhere that feels like home, where they can come vent and they don't have to talk about work. So just really connecting with people is our main thing.
Awesome. And how committed are you? So you graduated from UNR. What did you graduate
Well, I studied communications and I graduated in 2016.
in? Okay.
Yeah, 2016.
And then, so I mean, how committed are you to the coffee shop? Are you there full time? Is this your full time gig now?
Yeah, this is my eat, breathe, sleep, eat, pray, love type of thing. So, yeah, this is my full time. We have a staff of 7 on and off. In the summers, we have a little bit less people because the baristas want to work more. And then we run, both coffee shops are open. One's open 7 days a week. They're open 14 hours a day. So it's it's long. There's not much downtime. There's not much shut off. So you definitely have to be on the ball all the time.
So you have one just in Tesla, or you have somewhere else too?
So yeah, the Tesla factory houses Panasonic, which is where they make the batteries for the cars. And so they're like, we're talking distance within the building. These coffee shops are about half a mile apart. So they have two completely different customer bases. One menu is in Japanese, and it's that different. So that's been a huge challenge, is learning coffee in different cultures, which has been really eye-opening and really special because we meet people from all over the world. So if this thing failed tomorrow, there's no dollar amount that I could put on what I've learned from working with people and learning about them. And that's changed my life, I guess, in the biggest way. Is you can get so much out of being around other people and taking the time to speak to them.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I've been following up with you guys. It seems like amazing success as well. So here's the thing. I am a really big coffee fan. And what I do notice is that there's a huge difference between making my own coffee and then going to Starbucks. And
Yeah.
one's cheaper, but the cheaper one always tastes terrible. So what do you guys do? Like, do you guys make your own coffee? Is your coffee delicious? I mean, hype it up for me.
We use really good equipment. So equipment is huge. It's that's but when I'm at home, I make just like French press boring coffee. So I
Right.
definitely know what you're saying, where you get that Starbucks effect or something that's totally different. But what I have come to find is that coffee is a really unique product in that it is so positive, and I can always relate that back to when I was a bartender, where alcohol, like, it could go one of two ways. Like, you could have a great night with your friends, or you could have a couple drinks and be yelling at someone. Versus coffee, you go and it's a social thing, and it's always a good experience. So I think a lot of times when you're at that Starbucks or you're at your local coffee shop, the experience makes you feel like it tastes better. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely. 100%.
So
I was watching, I think, this YouTube video about like 2 Chains, and he has this really cool show where it's like the most expensive shit, it's called. And he went to a place where they have this really expensive coffee machine, and it's just the equipment, he was saying, which makes the coffee taste so much better. So I definitely hear what you're saying for sure. And you run this coffee shop with your fiance, am I correct?
yeah, yep. And we just recently branched off again and started a service business. So we also sell and service espresso machines. So he's been able to kind of take that branch on and run that completely on his own. So that's been really neat to see him also excel and be successful in something else too.
Oh, that's awesome. You guys are like the pretty much Brad and Angelina entrepreneurs, which is awesome. uh
We're trying.
yeah, and congratulations about your engagement. Tell me a little bit about you and Travis. Where'd you guys meet?
We met at school. So we got together when I was 20. So we're going on 5 years, which has been also a really unique experience, I think, to be able to, I mean, from the person, just me from 20 to 25, I feel like I don't even know that woman anymore. And so to be able to not only grow myself and change and become who I want to be, it's been awesome to do that alongside Travis and see him do that as well, become the type of person that he wants to really be. So I think just to be with someone where you're allowed to have that space is really incredible.
Absolutely, 100%. And you guys, our business partners now have that. They always say that it's sometimes it's a little tricky working with your counterpart. Has it been a smooth ride so far, or do you guys always see eye to eye in the business? Give me some bedroom secrets.
If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has the tools to allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I think I've heard that before, and I never want to tell people that they might be with the wrong partner, but I think that, I mean, I don't know how long you've been at work today, but that's what you do. Like, for the majority of your youth is you work, where you work 8-hour days, 10-hour days, whatever that may be. And those people that you spend your time with, you pray that you like them and get along with them. So for me, of course, we don't always see eye to eye, but that's any relationship anyways. But to be able to spend that much time together, we just feel really lucky, or I do at least.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's impressive. Uh,
Yeah.
and then, coming from the both of you, I have to say, people get intimidated by like female business owners and, female entrepreneurs and things like that. You said you just went to, what was it, was it a woman's class, something last week, or what was it?
Kind of like a woman, like women business owners, which I like that kind of stuff, but I like people. So I don't really care if it's a woman's group or a man's group. I'm interested in connecting and learning with people who have common goals. So the group was great, and I do love that networking experience, but I don't know. Being a female entrepreneur definitely has its challenges. So you are right about that. So
Absolutely. So 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Still with Travis in the coffee shop or expanding out? What are your long-term plans?
I think expansion would be great. It's always about timing and kind of weighing your options. But yeah, I think that would be incredible to be in more of a management role and really be able to instill the way we train people and the way we envision our coffee shop in other spaces.
Mm.
Whether that be like a standalone shop or in another type of factory setting.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you guys ever want to? I remember, so I'm in Vegas now, but when I was in Reno, I think one of my little favorite places to go was this place called Soup, but it's spelled
Oh yeah.
SUP. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was one of my little favorite things to go to. Is it's healthy, it's nice, it's a really cool brand. I see you you're promoting a lot as well. Do you guys ever plan on just maybe expanding into like your own individual coffee shop somewhere along those lines?
Yeah, I think that would be great. We just need to find a location. Location would be everything. Because that Midtown Soup place you're talking about it's awesome. It's like kind of hard to park, and it's definitely like a commitment to get there.
Exactly.
But that's what makes it's special, because you park and walk and go in the other little stores and have a great lunch, and I think that's great. We just need to find a space that kind of fits our needs in that same way.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, well, what else interests you besides coffee? Do you have any? See, it's like, because when I'm speaking to you, it seems like you're really focused. The coffee is your goal, but you have some other ideas and products that you want to expand on as well. Are there other areas that interest you? Are you a big health fanatic? Or what else are you into?
Yeah, health plays a role in my life in a way that it's like the hour at the gym. My dad, again, I'm speaking about my dad, but he told me, if we come here and we like your mental game, you can't put a number on that. Like, it's incredible to go to the gym and be able to work out and leave, and you feel totally different. Like, your problems are not as big as you thought they were. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then, so you spoke about your dad a few times. So does he work for Tesla?
no, my dad, and he actually makes our mugs. So he does advertising and promotional sales. So he does, like, I need to find a cool mug. Can you, or I need some cool, he does like all things swag, like chapsticks, pencils. And so it's been neat to kind of see him and learn a lot from him because he's so customer service based. So I get a lot of help
Mm.
in that realm of like, what do I do with this? Or how would you approach that? So that's a cool resource to have.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like he's been a really big inspiration with you and moving forward with your businesses and things like that.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
And so, and how about Travis? So it seems like you're all in. Is Travis all in with the coffee shop too, or is he have other avenues going down?
Yeah, we're all in. We, for now, like, I mean, you have to be all in, but he's definitely enjoying like really fixing coffee machines and selling them and helping other coffee shops kind of get up and running. So that's been his like baby, I guess you could say. Whereas the coffee shop, I love all that management and working with the staff and creating things and making things better. So that's where we're able to kind of vie and conquer more
Absolutely,
things.
100%. Well, you have like one of the best support systems I've ever heard of. You sound like you're on a fantastic track. And now, for anyone listening, if they want to get some coffee from you and just say hello, are they able to go in to Tesla and get some coffee?
They can't. They can't. So weird. So yeah, people are always like, where do I get a mug? I'm like, I'll have to meet you somewhere. But it's been really cool to see like the people that aren't employees that are, friends or acquaintances that want a mug. And it's been another opportunity and another avenue for me to connect with those people or reconnect with them um, by giving them that mug and spending a half an hour catching up on their lives. So that's
Absolutely.
pretty neat.
Well, I definitely know that, whereas downtown Reno and things of that sort is growing, it's becoming better. It's always nice to have some local people who, know the community and is willing to give back in such an awesome way, whether it be the coffee shop or you have someone as bright and as energetic and fun as you are within the community. That really helps boost up Reno and ultimately makes campus better, makes life better, makes the environment better. So what I will say is that if anyone, including myself, wants maybe some swag from you, where can they look that at? Your Instagram page?
We have a Facebook page, yeah. So it's just Handcraft Coffee Company, and you can get one of those through there.
Oh, awesome, awesome. And then tell anyone. Are you willing to give out your Instagram? Do you want people to follow you? Do you want people to
Oh,
support you?
my Instagram's just my name, so just Marissa Cervantes, and then yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, well, thank you so much for being on this. I encourage everyone listening to really go out and support her. If you want to send her maybe some donations to help grow her coffee shop, that'd be amazing too. I hope that you can expand. I hope that you guys. I'm hoping in 5 years that you guys can come to Vegas and I can come check out some coffee as well.
That'd be
Um,
fun.
yeah, right. And then you
We'll
can
have my
definitely give
sister
me a
running.
bug.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah, I'll send one your way, and thanks so much. And I hope you work on that app and pursue what you really want to, because it's the reward is there's no words for it. So
Yeah. So what just ending note, what would you say you gained or learned or experienced throughout this process? I mean, you are 25, a business owner. You really put everything into this, but what would you say you just experienced through all this?
um I've gained knowledge about people from countries you've never even heard of. And I've learned more about, I mean, you hear on the news about all these people that can't get along. And you go out to this factory, there's people from everywhere. I'm talking Australia, Ireland, Qatar, Egypt, South Africa, everywhere. And these people are all getting along and they're building these cars for a better future. And it's really moving to see and get to experience that and be a positive part in their day.
Mm, that's deep. All right. Well, thank you so much. Please go out and support Marissa. Thank you so much, Marissa. I'll shoot you a text here pretty soon, but thank you for coming on the show with me. And, I wish you all the best and success. Give my best to Travis. I hope I'm invited to the wedding. Um, yeah, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kendall. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
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 Well, wasn't that a treat? Marissa, I want to thank her again for being on the show. She's honestly amazing. Just a really cool woman. Again, it's not something that we normally do, but we call it off the script. It's something where we just find interesting people or things to talk about, and we kind of go off script a little bit and discuss that. It's more to do with culture, but she's a really cool person in the community, and she's doing great things. So, definitely wanted to learn more about her, and I felt like I did. It's really cool just getting to know my friends and things like that. Guys, if you support the podcast, under this video will be a little link and how to maybe give a small donation just to bring more people on and have more interesting conversations with really cool people, and discuss mental health and things of that nature. We're also creating a mental health app, and more details will come soon, but I promise you it's going to be something different and amazing, and anything you can give to support the podcast would be great. You guys can find me personally. Kendall Doniker is my Instagram. I be on TikTok sometimes too. Not my main focus, but just wanted to throw it out there. Look, guys, tell me what you think. Go ahead and email me, or send me a message if you like the episode or not. Maybe we'll keep doing off the script episodes. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just stick to mental health. I mean, it is what the app's about. So, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you listening. And, we stand together, we vent together. VentPack.